Hello everyone, Brandy Cox here with Brandy's Cards. I am so excited to craft with you today. I'm going to be using the cute little Mischievous mice stamp set. Yeah, this thing is so cute, these little mice. They just make you want to smile and they just make you feel happy. And for those of you that love cheese, well, you know, you might see that big piece of cheese and be like, okay, I like the mice, but I like the cheese too, right? So it's just it's a fun stamp set. I think, you know, just recently I shared with you the expressions in friendship. I'm really excited about both of these sets because these are my gifts for this month's qualifying purchases. That's right. So if you're new to Brandy's Cards, welcome. And if you're one of my current customers and you've already placed your order and selected your gift, I'm super excited for you. You'll have your gift coming with your tutorials. That's right. I'm going to send you all the tutorials so that you can get started crafting right away. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, well, how do I get this as a free gift? You just place an order with Brandy's Cards. Yeah, that's right. So you'll go to my online store and you'll place a qualifying order. And then you're going to add the host code. So what is the host code? The host code is a specific code that you insert when you check out or you're placing your order. And that helps me earn host rewards in which I can purchase a gift for you on your behalf. And then I basically get all the gifts and then I prepare Happy Mail. It's like my most favorite thing ever. And I get a lot of emails from y'all saying how much you like your Happy Mail too. And then I send the gift to you. I pay for the shipping to do that. Now, how do you find the host code? It changes every month. That's right. It opens on the 1st and it closes on the last day of the month. And it's one gift per order. So that is really good to know. One gift per order. And you can find that host code and that month's gifts on BrandysCards.com/host code. So you'll see that there. All right. I'm excited. I want to show you the cards that I created using this set today. So here is the cute little Mischievous mice. That's right. So adorable. I love him. I love all of this set. So I'm going to show you how I created a couple fun cards. So here is, let's use the cheese one today. Let's start with that one. So I went ahead and I already mounted the stamp and I stamped my little guy here. You can see I stamped him in Memento Black. The reason I did that is because we're using Stampin' Blends today. Now I also stamped him on a piece of scrap paper. And I'll show you why here in a minute. I actually liked it on the scrap paper and then cut it out. So I think that's how I'm going to color it here first for you today. So let's bring this in. So I have a basic white card base here. That's right. So basic white card base. I'm just going to go ahead and fold that. I've already pre-scored it, so I'm good to go there. And I have my little guy here, and I'm going to bring in some of the different Stampin' Blends that I used to color him. That's right, so I used some different Stampin' Blends to give him some color. So first off, I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight, and let's just go ahead and color our cheese. How fun. Actually, I think I want to use the bullet end on that. So, you know, not a ton of blending on this. This is, I'm just going to add some color to the, you know, to add some depth to his little cheese holes here, if you will. And a lot of times I'll forget this piece right here because I see his tail in there and then it's like, oh, I forgot that one. So I'm going to get that one out of the way. Then I am just going to add a bit of the dark Daffodil Delight kind of along the top. And then I want a little bit more of the depth or the darker color just sort of along the bottom. Now I am not, you know, I'm not getting too crazy here. It's a piece of cheese and we just want it to look tasty and cute, right? So I am just adding a bit of the dark Daffodil Delight there. And then I have my light Daffodil Delight, which I am just going to soften some of the darker color, right? So we're just using the Daffodil Delight, the light one, to soften that harsh line. And so then I'm just going to add, you know, just kind of color it upward and, you know, color all my cheese. So fun. I love my Stampin' Blends so much. I hope that if you have them, that you color with them too. They just, you know, it takes a little bit of practice. I have some people say, well, I'm just not so good. Well, are you practicing? Yeah, you just got to practice and you'll start to figure out how the colors and how you can, blend the colors and, move the color around. And so that's how I learned. I just practiced. It's fun. It's really fun. So I'm just going to finish up right around here. I got to pay attention now because I'm kind of close to my little mouse. So let's see, did we got this good? I think so. I'm just going to kind of fix this under here. Now I can go back in if I want this darker, and I can certainly add more color if I wanted to, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo and I'm going to just dot his nose. You're going to see why here in a minute. You're like, dot his nose? Yeah, I'm going to dot his nose. Just because I want a little bit of that brighter pink in his nose. And then I'm going to use, this one is a light petal pink. And so I'm going to soften that bright pink with the light petal pink. Then I'm going to take a dark smoky slate. So this is my dark smoky slate, and I'm going to add a bit of the dark. Now this is a small image, so I'm not sure how much you're going to actually be able to blend here. So I'm just adding just a bit of the dark color. It is awfully small, so I'm not going to worry too much about blending, if you will. But, oh, I got to get the tip. I just noticed the tip wasn't done. Okay. And then I have a light smoky slate. Yep. Okay. Did you guys ever notice that these little lines here on the marker, that's going to tell you that this is the paint, the brush tip, and that's going to tell you it's a bullet end. It's kind of cool. Sometimes I didn't actually know that for the longest time. And then when I figured it out, I was like, oh, well, that makes it easier. So I'm just going to do some swirlies because I want a soft around his nose. And I'm just going to soften some of the darker smoky slate color. And I think that's perfect. Now, I debated whether or not to color kind of in this area. And so I'll show you on my card. I thought, well, he would probably fill up the whole space. And then I thought, well, maybe it's supposed to be kind of yellow around there. I really don't know. So I just decided that it would probably just be easiest not to have to worry about staying in the lines and just coloring it. So that's what I did. I just colored it. So now I'm cutting this out. So if you do not, if you're not a big fussy cutter or you don't like to cut stuff out, that's okay. There is no die cut available for this guy. You can absolutely stamp it straight on your card, and I'm going to show you what I mean here. You can stamp it straight on the card or on your basic white and just color it. Just color it, and you do not have to do that. But I decided to do that because I kind of wanted his tail free, and I liked how that cheese kind of looked popped up on top of my card. So let me grab my glue here. So I've got liquid adhesive with me, and this is crushed curry. Now all of the sizes and dimensions will be on BrandysCards.com, so you're going to want to go there. And you can type in the search bar. There is a search bar, so you can type in the search bar, Mischievous Mice, and hopefully the stamp set then would come up for you. And then if you click on the post, you'll find your tutorials with all of the sizes and all of the dimensions. So I hope that you print those tutorials and keep them for your idea and inspiration book. You can always go back and find a card layout that you really like, right? And you can even change the stamp set. So that's the cool thing about having kind of a neat book to refer to. Okay, so there's my cute little mouse with his cheese. I'm going to flip him over, and I'm going to add a few more dimensionals, I think, behind him. Because I want him popped up. So we're going to add him right here. I kind of liked, the cool thing is because we stamped it, we've kind of got the little cheese pieces or crumbles down here at the bottom. So we want to probably color that so they look like they're supposed to be there. All right, so before I show you the background that we're going to create today, let's go ahead and just kind of finish up with our crushed curry stamp pad. We're going to go crushed curry. We have say cheese. Say cheese. Okay, that's say cheese upside down. So that's cheese say. So what we're going to do is I did not really care for the sentiment being that direction. I wanted it so that I wanted it like all you know, like one long sentiment. So what I decided to do was just cut it out. That's my go-to. If it's not how I want it, I just cut it out and I make it how I want it. So just keep that in mind when you're stamping and you're like, okay, I wish that it wasn't stacked. I wish that it was kind of, you know, a nice long sentiment. Well, you can certainly cut it out and make it just that. All right. So I'm going to add a little bit of my liquid adhesive right here. And I'm going to add say. And then I'm going to add my cheese. All right. So we're going to add cheese. And then once we get cheese on there, we're going to move on to our fun background. And so we're going to move on to that cute little background that I have to show you. All right, so I have a basic white piece of cardstock. So this is what I'm going to create my background on. And I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper here from my scrap bin. Okay, and so I am going to use, let's see here. I think it is our dark smoky slate. So what I'm going to do is I am just, let's see, I'd like to start at the bottom actually because I like this to kind of cover that bottom edge. So I'm just going to kind of go down that bottom edge. Perfect. Now I'm going to freehand. I know you're like, oh geez, you're going to freehand. I am. So just do the best you can. If you don't like to freehand and you're like, oh, that freaks me out, I can't do it, no worries. Just grab yourself a ruler. Whoop. Grab yourself a ruler and you can certainly just use a ruler to do it, right? So, and I like the white spaces in there, so I don't want to get too sporty and I don't want to cover it all up. So let's see how that looks with our little mice on there. Oh, so cute. So let's see, that's going to be down right about there. And I think I like that. So let's just leave it just like that. I love it. So, or do we want to go up one more? Let's go up one more. Oh, geez. So it's like, okay, I have it. And it's like, well, do you really want to do that? Sure I do. Sure I do. Okay. So perfect. Okay, I like that. So we went up one more layer. And I'm going to take away my scrap, fold my card base, and I think because we have our cheese popped up and we've already got some of our cardstock popped up, we're just going to go liquid adhesive on this piece. And I think we're going to add it right about in here. Oh, how cute. So cute. Now, what you can also do, remember, is you have an envelope as well. So if you want your envelope to coordinate, you could certainly take your basic gray marker and do the exact same thing. So I would probably start low, you know, and just start drawing those lines and freehanding those lines all the way across. And just make kind of a fun coordinating envelope. That would make that stationery so pretty when the person opened it. It's like, oh my gosh, she's got a coordinating stationery too, right? So super fun. And you know what? I wouldn't worry about having them perfect. The idea is just to kind of match that stationery, right? And it is hand drawn. So super fun and just kind of a neat little something extra on there. Now, if you wanted to, you could certainly stamp the mouse with the balloons and you could color him and then hand cut him out and stick him on the card as well. So see here, he's like talking to his friend and saying, hey, say cheese. Isn't that fun? And you could even put him on the inside if you wanted to, right? So you could do either one. All right, so let's move on to the next card that I have to share with you today. It's also using this cute, super cute mouse stamp set and a cutting board, your Stampin' Up! Trimmer. So I am going to take my blade out just to make it easier. So you kind of just come over here. There's a little section. You kind of wiggle it so it comes out. And I'm going to leave my scoring tool in here. I really liked the grays, so I'm going to stick with the grays today. I have smoky slate here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to find this little notch, which is 1/8. And I'm going to close my scoreboard and I'm going to score this cardstock and do another 1/8 and score it. And another 1/8. Yeah. Score it. Yeah, I'm going to just keep doing that. Score it. So I'm actually making my own decorative background. You know, you could also, you know, sometimes obviously you can run it through the embossing folders and get those fun backgrounds, but maybe you don't have an embossing machine or a folder. So this is kind of the next best thing, is you can emboss your own kind of fun little background by just moving it. So maybe an 1/8 is not what you want to do. Maybe you want to do more of a, actually I don't want to do that because I got to get my bearings here. So let's get organized. Better go back the other way because, let's see, I don't want to get it off kilter. So there's an 1/8 right there. Okay, and so you're just going to kind of keep doing this until you have what you're looking for. Sometimes I almost think it's easier to leave the paper longer when you're doing it. You know what I mean? So then you could just cut it off. You have something to hold on to. But it's really fun. If you wanted to, you could certainly do the exact same thing with a bigger piece. And this piece then is going to be your envelope flap. So because this didn't take us very long, and you can see I'm only moving the cardstock 1/8 at a time, maybe we go ahead and just go ahead and do that. Let me get my fingers out of the way here. That's the hardest part, right? And so this piece obviously is going to run out of room, so we're going to have to flip it at some point here. So let's see, let's just kind of keep going. And I am not like, you know, I am not worried if it's like not perfect, just so you know. I'm just doing the best that I can, eyeballing it, but I'm certainly not going to be stressed if it's not perfect. So in this instance, what I'm doing is I'm lining up the last score line with the where it scores, and I can see that it's right there on 1 inch. So now I'm going to pull it back to the left. Actually, let me take that back. So let's see. We have to get this here. So I guess I am going to have to go that direction, right? So there's my 1 inch, and now I'm going to pull it to the right. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Had to think that through, going the other direction. And so then I'm going to keep going here, pulling it back to the right and pulling it back. All right. And so we're just about there. Then I'm going to show you how I put this cute little guy together. And so we're going to use the mouse with the little pencil that says just a quick note to say. Yeah, he's super cute. And so we're going to use that one here next. I think that's good. Okay, so now we've done the hard part, which honestly that wasn't too hard, I hope. I hope you give it a try. It's actually a lot of fun. So I've got my card base here. I'm going to take, and this is my decorative scored cardstock from my trimmer that I scored, right? That you can do as well. And I'm just going to add that right here. Perfect. I have some white baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap that around twice. I just wanted it to kind of finish this edge between the cardstock, the card base, and my little scored cardstock. Now, if you want, you know, you could certainly emboss this white piece. I chose not to emboss it because I am kind of feeling that simplicity, you know, the look of just kind of something clean and simple, and you know, not too labor intensive, although you certainly can emboss it, or you can put some designer series paper there, of course, whatever you would like. So have fun with it for sure. Okay, so there is my little bit of a wonky bow, but that's okay. We're gonna snip him off and kind of pull that so he doesn't look too terribly wonky. Then I have over here, I've got basic gray. This is petal pink. Doesn't this basic gray and petal pink just look gorgeous together? I sure think so. So I am going to add that here, just like that. Okay, so there's that. Then I have a piece of basic white here. And on my basic white, you could certainly stamp, let's see, I'm looking for my Memento Black. So you could stamp your little mouse. So here he is, so he goes here, right? And then I have a note, let's see, it says just a note, just a quick note to say. So let's see here, I want to bring in a piece of scrap paper because I like to, because I don't have my stickers on there, I just want to make sure that I kind of visually understand how my stamp is going to stamp. There we go. And we're going to need to stamp him one more time because we're going to color him. So I'm going to quickly show you how I colored this little guy, and then I will put him together and you'll be able to see how cute this card is. So, so cute. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to just show you really quick how I colored this guy. So on this one, you're going to need some yellow. So I have Daffodil Delight here, and I'm just going to kind of come up my pencil and just add some dark in there, and then I'm going to take my Daffodil Delight, the light color, the light one, and kind of color that. Then I have a light soft suede, and I'm just going to kind of make the little decorative rim there. And then I have my petal pink, which the petal pink is going to be kind of the ends of the pencil. Then we're going to go to our little mouse. We're going to color him the exact same way as we did the other. I'm just adding a little dot for his nose, maybe just a little bit down here for his belly and his ear. Then I'm going to take my light petal pink, and I'm just going to soften this color a bit. I liked having a little bit of the brighter color in there, but I just want to soften it too. Okay, and of course, you know, just like we've done in the past, you can soften it even a bit further by using a color lifter. And so you can kind of come in here and kind of color lift it, and then it'll soften it even more. Now I do have a dark smoky slate, and so I am just going to add a bit of dark color in here. And he's kind of peeking out around his little pencil. So I have to focus kind of when I come around these little small places so that I'm not talking and I don't mess him up. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky for sure. All right, so I'm gonna come around his tail and let's kind of color his hand. Cute. He is coming to life for sure. Okay, so you can kind of see exactly how I did this. He's pretty easy to color. You just have to kind of be patient and get in there and just go for it. And of course you can add some more lights and darks if you choose to do so. So once you color him and you get him just how you like him, then what you're gonna do is you are gonna add some Stampin'. Well, you know what? I am just gonna go ahead and finish him. I am looking at him and I'm like, oh gosh, why don't you just finish that? Cute, okay, perfect. And I might want to come around his ear. There we go. Perfect. And so let's add some Stampin' Dimensionals behind this. Now, if you would prefer, you might want to pop up the little mouse, right? So in order to do that, you would stamp him on scrap paper, you would color him on scrap paper, and you would hand cut him out. There is not a die cut for him. So you would have to hand cut him out, which can absolutely be done. Oh, how cute is that? Oh my goodness gracious alive, so cute. So, so cute. So what I'm doing is I am adding my little dimensionals back here, okay? So I'm adding my dimensionals. I'm gonna add it straight here to my card. I'm gonna have to pull my bow down a little bit. It's kind of up a little high. And so just a quick note to say, and then of course, you remember we did go ahead and we went ahead and we scored for our envelope. So let's go ahead and just add it to our envelope. So I'm just opening the flap. I'm adding a bit of liquid adhesive, most importantly along the edges, right, of the flap, kind of around here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your scored decorative piece, add it to your flap, push it down, nice and good. Flip it over, and then you are going to cut this out. Now, the sizes that I generally cut for my flaps is 6 inches by 2.5. That gives me just a little bit of lip here, or extra, that I can just really quickly and easily trim off. So that's generally how I cut my, my little pieces for my envelope flaps. So look at that, how fun. So now you have this just really neat, elegant piece of stationery that coordinates quite nicely. And then of course you have this fun guy, and then this one has his little friend. Yeah, and so that one's just kind of another spin on, you know, making some stripes. But how about some fun birthday ones? So here, let me show you a couple other samples that I created with this set. So here we go. So I hope that you are liking my little mischievous mice. I hope that you're enjoying this tutorial. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Please be sure to like my video. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe. I've got an awesome beginner series that I have been so excited to share. And I also have a beginner series number 2 coming up. So stay tuned for that. So if you subscribe, then you hopefully won't miss that notification. You also can go to BrandysCards.com/beginners, and you can also subscribe there. So that is available to you as well, so you can continue to get those updates. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please be sure to let me know. Go to BrandysCards.com/contact and send me an email. I'd love the opportunity to send you our new catalog. That's right, we just had a new catalog that's getting ready to launch. So I can send you a new catalog and of course answer any questions that you have. And of course, if you're one of my current customers, thank you so much. I adore you, I love you, and I'm so grateful for you and your business. And I hope that you're enjoying all of your wonderful crafting supplies. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to some in colors. So here, check this out. So we kind of, I focused on gray, some grays there, but the in colors are so fantastic, bright and cheerful. This is the In Color Designer Series paper. That's right, so pretty. So here's what I did with that. So first off, I started out with this guy. So this one, I used the Tahitian Tide Stampin' Blends, and I stamped him. I used the new metallic ribbon, really fun. And then I thought, well, what if I stamp the same image on the Designer Series paper, and then I cut his balloon out. So that's how I did this one. So it's the same card, but oh, look at that. There's a little surprise on the inside. He's like waving at you going, hello, happy birthday. So fun. So here, check this one out. This one, I decided to kind of do some masking, if you will. And so this one is Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, Parakeet Party, and Happy, Happy Birthday. And so the Happy, Happy Birthday came from the Party Puffins. So just really fun and super, super cute. Now here, the next 2 cards, one was actually for Amanda from her mother, which was super cute. Now she doesn't remember the name of the paper that this came from, but that's okay. It's super cute, and you can put any designer paper behind here that you would like. And so this is her cute little note, and then on the inside, she added her little message with her little guy, her little mouse and balloons. So check out this fun card. This was a fun swap card that I got from Dawn Griffith, and really cute little pull-out card. Yeah, so super fun and real clever, of course. So here we go. Let me show you. On BrandysCards.com, you are going to find these cards. That's right. And I would love to know, leave me a comment. Let me know which one you like best. I would love to know, which one of these cards you like best. I hope that you are getting this stamp set from me as your host code gift. If not, the Expressions in Friendship, oh, it is fantastic, and you don't want to miss that video too. We took just such a really cool stamp with the tree and the girls swinging, and we made all kinds of different seasons and changed our outfits. I thought it was really fun and clever. So definitely go back to my YouTube channel or go to BrandysCards.com, and you can click on my blog, and hopefully you'll see her there. So thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I hope that you found this video inspiring, and I hope that you go to BrandysCards.com/blog, right? And look for this tutorial, look for this post. That way you can download your PDFs and put them in your idea and inspiration book. Thank you so much, and I hope that you pull out your paper, ink, and stamps and get stamping right away. Take care, everybody. Bye now.